Sup. So, we've literally just finished Little Misfortune, and I said I wanted to do a vlog about the issues that I'd been having with it, but there's also been some personal and some health issues, which is why there's been such a massive gap in between videos, particularly the 2-month gap we had in between the Heavy Rain series that I did and starting Little Misfortune, as well as the 2 and 3 week gaps in between videos for Little Misfortune when I was trying to do like one a week at least. So the gaps in between recordings for Little Misfortune are basically due to issues with recording it. I had been trying to record my face cam and my audio, as in the audio from the commentary from me, separately. Unfortunately, I tried like a couple of different programs. One of them, there's actually the program for the webcam that I use, but for some reason that particular program just did not like my microphone whatsoever. So my audio was really, really tinny, and I just wasn't happy with it whatsoever. The only reason I really wanted to do the footage separate in the first place was so that I could move the face cam if it was over something important, because I found that in Heavy Rain I did actually have my face cam obscuring a little bit of the text, and I didn't realise until it came to editing. But editing means I can't move it because I've already shot the footage in OBS with the face cam in that place. So unless I'd caught it when I was actually recording it and moved it whilst recording it, I can't move it afterwards. So that was that. The program that could actually do video capturing through the editing software I use meant that the file was 30 gigabytes, which is a lot, especially when you consider the gameplay footage is 1, maybe 2 for an hour's recording. So my computer just couldn't handle it at all. I was just stuttering through editing, and it was just increasingly painful. So I just figured I would do it as I had done with OBS before and just have my face cam already on there. And if I needed to move it, I needed to move it, and if I didn't remember to move it, then who cares? Basically, just deal with it. So that was that, basically. 2 weeks ago, I did record part 3 and ultimately the end of Little Misfortune, and I wish I could almost give the initial reaction to it, but unfortunately I had no gameplay audio for that because my partner had cleaned the inside of my computer while I was at work, and I'd forgotten about that. So when it came to recording, OBS didn't have any of my default didn't have any of my audio settings on there anymore, so I literally just recorded my commentary, and you couldn't hear any of the sound whatsoever, and like from the game, and I wasn't really happy to put that up because it just meant that people were gonna have to read. There was no real audio at all, and yeah, so that was that. I re-recorded that, and my footage, the gameplay footage, got corrupted, so I couldn't use that anymore. So we've re-recorded it again today. I am quite impressed with that game though, that it has actually managed to hit right in those feels every time that I've played it. So good job to the devs, like congrats on that, because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to still feel like, oh yeah, well I've already played this again, so I know what's happening, and literally every time I played it I wanted to cry. So yeah, well done guys, well done. I applaud you. Now I guess secondly, the big gap in between the Heavy Rain series I did and starting Little Misfortune was 2 months long. And that was purely health, more than anything. So those of you that have come to the channel from watching me stream will know that I have been dealing with since last May, so May 2018, this kind of weird, horrible chronic fatigue thing that came with a whole bunch of other symptoms, like the glands in my neck are pretty much always inflamed, my throat's really sore, I get like headaches, my joints ache not continuously, but in the morning, particularly when I first get up, and then as the day goes on it eases off, and I've seen like 1,000,001 different people for it, and I saw the rheumatologist last September, not even April, wasn't even close. So I saw the rheumatologist last September, who agreed to start me on a trial of anti-malaria tablets, because we've been looking at the possibility of me having lupus. All my blood works have come back to sort of, slightly elevated, but it's a consistent elevation. They've not been like way off or anything like that. I've got several symptoms of the illness as well, so we're trialing on that, and I go back and see them in 2 weeks' time for the results of my last lot of blood tests, and basically just see how I am. It's not a definite diagnosis as yet, but it's the first kind of steps towards me being able to give it a name. So it's been a really, really difficult journey, and at several points in it I have just wanted to just stop and just give up, because I've had days where I've literally not been able to get out of bed because I am in so much pain. I am so tired, I can't keep my eyes open for longer than like 2 minutes. And yeah, it's been really difficult, and it's been really difficult on my partner as well, and he's like been absolutely amazing about it as well. So massive kudos to that guy. The other thing is that I went back to work in April on reduced hours to begin with, and we've built up to 22.5 hours. So I'm working 3 days a week at the moment, 8-hour shifts, 7.5 hours because I get half an hour for lunch and it's not paid. So yeah, and that's been going quite well actually. Admittedly, I have probably been a lot more tired this week and last week, but that is actually because I turned 30 last Monday, so the 18th of November. Kind of wasn't happy about that, to be completely honest. Kind of thought that I'd have my life a little bit more together by the time I hit 30, but that's fine. So that of course meant that I wasn't going to record because my partner had taken time off to spend with me, and I can't really record when he's home. And those of you that again have come to the channel from watching me stream will know how infamous Cuddles the Typer is because we live in a very small flat. It's not like the smallest of flats, but it is small. And obviously as you can see from behind me, the space that I record in and where my computer is shared with a lot of other stuff, including my boyfriend's computer. So I'm not going to kick him out of his space so that I can do what I want to do. I do this for fun, and this is essentially a hobby to me. So I work my hobbies around when he's not here. So that, well, with this I do, so that he can enjoy being at home and I can enjoy recording and not feel like I've got to be quiet about it or worry about getting him in shot if he doesn't want to be in shot and stuff like that. So that's that's pretty much it for why there's been such a massive gap in between videos. And this week that I had unfortunately had a lot of stuff to do, so like I said, I work 3 days a week. My sister's home this week, although actually she'll be going back home today, so she was home this week, and we took her to the zoo on Thursday, so that was fun. Like, some actual like family time. Like, you know, I don't get to do a lot of that during the week because obviously of work and feeling like I've been hit by a proverbial truck every morning kind of stops you from doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's nice to be able to do it when I can with the people that I love. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to let you guys know what was happening and going on and stuff like that, because I feel like it creates it's more of it keeps you guys in the loop. It reminds people the people who put stuff up on YouTube don't have all the free time in the world, because we don't. You know, the majority of people have work, or if YouTube is your work, then that still includes finding content for videos and filming it and then editing it, and then it's a lot of stuff goes into the process of it that I think a lot of people don't really know or even consider. So yeah, anyway, I'm starting hopefully a time-lapse channel as well for my cross stitches, because I thought that would potentially be quite interesting to do as well. So I will come back to this video once I've actually uploaded the first video and leave the link for that as well. I'll post it in my Discord as well, if you're on my Discord, and on Twitter as well, so add me on Twitter, yeah, why not? But yeah, thanks very much for listening, and catch you guys later. Bye.